Sarah Ice Queen Palin wants to be another losing vice presidential candidate. So every few years, ladies and gentlemen, based on the legend, the Ice Queen is thawed out in order to make another political appearance. Here it is.
You know, for him, it's going to be the more the merrier.
Does he think DeSantis jumps in?
DeSantis doesn't need to. I envision him as our president someday, but not right now. Everybody I speak with in Florida, they all love him. And he does set the tone for, I'd say, every other governor in the nation. I think he's our best governor. And he should stay governor for a bit longer. He's young, you know. He has decades ahead of him where he can be our president.
You know what's terrific? Sarah Sanders, I should say. I'm sorry, Sarah Sanders delivered a wonderful response to the State of the Union speech. She's fantastic. She, I believe, bumped herself up to everyone's VP ticket choice.
Good.
What do you think? What's the best Republican ticket, the best chance to unseat Joe Biden, whoever runs?
Well, I think, and I'm assuming it's going to be Trump. It's a nominee. Trump needs to choose somebody who, like him, has nothing to lose. What more can they do to that person personally, or verbal attacks or anything else on family? That person has been through the ringer, so they know what they're getting into. And that person then can just focus on doing what's right for the people, actually governing how they campaign, doing what they're expected to do as elected.
Oh, yeah, she's talking about herself. Is this not ironic? She's doing an interview, and the person hosting the show says, hey, you know, Sarah Sanders, she is now everybody's VP pick. Just imagine how Palin was burning up on the inside in that moment. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you saw her literally prostitute herself politically on national television. But it gets deeper. Here it is.
Are you describing yourself?
Not necessarily. However, I'll tell you, the opportunity that I had to run with someone who wasn't as common sense constitutional conservative as I, and I think the majority of Republicans were.
Oh, well played, Sarah, like a true Karen. She says, no, I'm not talking about myself, but since you mentioned it, now that I think about it more, I may be the one. Yes, I may be Neo. Can we take a walk down memory lane with Sarah Palin?
You ready for a commander-in-chief who will let our warriors do their job and go kick ISIS ass? People are looking at Putin as one who wrestles bears and drills for oil. They look at our president as one who wears mom jeans. Some of their skirmishes that have been going on for centuries, where they're fighting each other and yelling Allah Akbar. Like I've said before, let them duke it out and let Allah sort it out. I don't want to talk about these issues till he brought them up. In fact, they've been wearing this political correctness kind of like a suicide vest. Uncle Sam, I do not like his healthcare scam. I do not like this spying, man. I do not like, oh yes we can.
That, oh yes we can, at the end. Listen, I need Sarah Palin to get into this race so I can see commercials like that against her. This is going to be more exciting than I imagined. Sarah Palin wants to be the vice presidential running mate of Donald Trump. This is actually quite normative within mainstream politics. What happens is that each camp, each possible presidential camp will say things like, listen, you know you're on the short list to be the VP choice for this particular candidate. They usually tell between 20 to 50 people they are on this list. What do those people do? They then start engaging their network. Hey, put me on TV and allow me to interview for this particular job. And that is exactly what Sarah Palin, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and others are doing. Now, it is fascinating. Sarah Palin is talking about somebody needs to remain governor when she resigned her post early. And then she decided to run politically not too long ago, and she is a loser in those battles. Let me remind you, Sarah Palin lost. She lost a special election in her own state and a general election last year to be Alaska's at-large representative in Congress. It does not bode well for her political prospects. Now, she can't even carry Alaska. She cannot carry a congressional district for Alaska. She cannot carry the state she was once governor in. What is the benefit of having an individual who literally has lost the ability to fundraise within the Republican Party, is no longer a factor in influencing conservative outcomes throughout the country? And let's be 100, she is probably the reason why the late McCain did so bad. I still think McCain would have lost. All right, my dear brother, what are your thoughts here?
So what Sarah Palin said during that interview is the equivalent of saying, well, I'm not single, but if the right person is asking, then yeah, I am available. Which, by the way, so the highlights of the lowlights from Sarah Palin over the years, I could have sworn at least one or two of those was Tina Fey, but I could be wrong. She says stuff that outrageous, and it just goes to show how well Tina Fey was at being casted and portraying her in what we know as satire. With that said, this isn't satire, like throwing herself out there to make herself available in order to become VP. That's not satire. Like, is it? She's not joking about this, which is actually weird, considering that, like, again, Sarah Huckabee Sanders is available. Carrie Lake also has made herself available. So is she just throwing herself at Trump at this point? Like, hey, catch me, I'm falling. Like, is that what this is?
Yeah, and let me say this. I don't know if it was a slip or possibly something more. But during that interview, she said, and we are going to, he is going to, kind of insinuating that the decision has been made. But listen, even if Donald Trump has told her, oh yeah, I'm going to pick you, he has probably said that to all of the young ladies who would like to run as his VP pick, knowing Donald Trump. And if you fall for it, ladies, at this point, it's kind of on you, all right? You know the guy's a liar.